Ooh, what's up, jobbers, and welcome to the latest edition of the Jobber Knocker podcast. As always, Nestlemania alongside for the ride is a man that has finally returned from his vacation and probably going to tell me that I believe that you are cursed. JC.
I'm definitely not going to tell you that because we're going to talk about that. But Nestlemania, I'm about as tan as JC gets here. Um, yeah, and today's the first day I haven't had a sip of an alcoholic beverage since almost 2 weeks. So there we go. Vacation's over. I had to go back to work today. It's bullshit.
Well, make more money, bruh.
Much like that segment.
Well, we'll get to it. We'll get to it.
There you
There's
go.
the reason why I'm wearing this shirt tonight.
Yeah. Well, Nestlemania, you know what it is. SummerSlam. SummerSlam. To Minnesota we go for SummerSlam. Yeah, we have a loaded card that we're going to fully preview because stuff has happened. And yeah, wrestling's happening. And we're going to talk about it.
We have a lot to get to. We've got a lot of predictions. We aren't going to really talk about AEW Redemption. By the way, for the people that are listening, the Joe Stopper has been doing yeoman's work there for AEW writing and doing previews and also cleaning up the scoreboard. If you didn't think I noticed, Joe, I noticed. Thank you for that. You're a gentleman and a scholar, keeping us honest. But nobody watched Redemption probably other than Joe, so that's fine. Fine.
Yeah, that looked like a heaping pile of shit, for being honest.
I mean, when you have Kevin Knight in the main event for me, it's like, who? I'm sorry, who?
I mean, I have less of a problem with that than about everything else that happened on that show. So
fair enough.
Yeah.
It really felt like a lot of new champions for no reason whatsoever. I don't know. I can't deal with it. Anyway, we don't want to bother with that. We've got a lot to talk about on this program. So JC, you've been gone since you've been gone.
Since you've been gone. I can't breathe for the first time. We're going to the shine.
Yeah.
Nestlemania, you know who I love? I love you, Solo. I love this man. I think he is a top 5 promo in the business. I think he is the most underrated superstar of the last 2 years, 3 years, however long. And you know what? Solo's right. There ain't no damn bloodline without Solo Sikoa. Them fake-ass, jobber-ass Usos get out of my face. Jacob's cool. Roman's a fucking paper loser champion. Yeah, Solo's the man. And it's him and LA Knight have a fun dynamic. I very much enjoyed this segment. I mean, where I'm leading the Shine Nestlemania with a 6-man tag. And I'm looking at the SummerSlam card. And that might be in my top 3 of most excited matches at SummerSlam.
Wow.
6-man tag.
Wow.
Because this one has some story. And I just love the dynamics in this match. Because obviously you have Solo against his brothers and Jacob. You have Royce Keys and Jacob Thane. You have LA Knight against everyone. Then you have these 3 guys just trying to get along. This is one of the things where I've watched and it's hit for me. And I'm like, okay. And it might be because I'm a big Solo Sikoa guy. I'm a big Royce Keys guy. I've really enjoyed LA Knight the last month. Can I say that on this podcast?
Wow.
And obviously we all have Jacob Fett too. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think this has been a lot of fun. I thought the segment was a lot of fun. So in terms of SummerSlam, this is a match I'm excited for, which I don't think I'd ever say for a 6-man tag.
You know, I just thought you were going to go Solo Dolo Sikoa. Like, I just, the way you just said Solo Dolo, I was just like, he is a natural baby face. Like, there's just
a natural everything.
But thing is I was watching him and I'm just like, I feel like he's been waiting to break out.
Yeah.
Like you've kind of summed it up every time about how good he is and what he's been able to do and the unenviable situations he's been in. But as a fan, I'm watching him in the last couple of weeks, especially this week, and I was just like, he is having a fucking blast. Like, absolutely. Like, you can tell he's just eating it up. He's chewing scenery up. He's having a great, like, he's trying to break other characters in the middle of promos, which is so fun because we knew him as a dude put his head down, had a towel over his head, and was like putting up the one and like being the enforcer. And we saw, dips and rises and falls of how he was. But man, it's so enjoyable. And I don't want to curse him or anything, but man,
please don't.
Just it's amazing to me that you can see that on the screen, and yet the position he is in is baffling to me.
It's going to be the theme of this podcast because there's some other things that happened, and there's also something that happened very recently that I made sure I watched before the podcast that I will talk about later in the program. But no, I did have a question because when I was watching this segment, I was thinking, I'm looking at these teams. Now, in this match, only one man has been a world champion. That's Jey Uso. So he doesn't count. But the other 5 guys I'm looking at, I'm like, Royce Keys, they're obviously very high on. We'll see how far I can go. LA Knight's a guy that is just like, it feels like we've been waiting forever. Obviously, Solo's a guy building with potential. Jacob Fatu, another one. I mean, you can throw in Jimmy if you want, but I'm fine excluding him here. Of those 4 guys, how many become world champion?
Oof.
I was thinking watching this because I was like, Solo's going to get there. No doubt in my mind. Like if they let him off the leash, he could be one of their top guys for a long time. The other 3, it's like LA Knight. It feels like it has to be now. Like very soon or never. Royce Keys, I don't know if he gets ever to that level, but like certainly like if he gets on some sort of run, and I think they've done a good job with him so far. Like obviously he's got the look, and then Jacob Fatu. I mean the dude's just over. Like Rover, it's just will they ever pull the trigger on him? So I'm curious your take.
I think you're right about LA Knight. That makes perfect sense. I think you're right about Solo. Obviously, Jimmy's never going to get it. Jay has already had it. The other 2, I'm not quite sure.
It's hard. It's hard to tell because they're guys that could, but it's like they have to be willing to pull the trigger. And we've seen it with guys like the Baron Corbins, the Rusevs, the Aleister Blacks, like guys that have been put in positions where it's like these guys could be and just never were.
I think the problem I'm having, and it's not a bad problem to have, at least for me, is I feel like both of those 2 people that we were iffy on at this point. Not we are iffy, but we were saying the probability is iffy.
Yeah,
is both of them also have a very similar background in that they've come from nothing. They've gotten to the dance. Obviously, Jacob's a little bit further down that line, and they've kind of leaned into it a lot more. But Hobbs, grown up with nothing and all that stuff. I feel like if it's going to happen, Royce Keys is going to be a baby face, and Jacob Fatu would have to be a heel for it to work.
Okay.
That would be, I still think it would work no matter what, but I think you're right in your gut feeling, and I feel a similar way, but LA Knight has to happen.
It has to be like in the next year, or else it'll never happen because I think he is at his absolute peak
right now. Yeah. But the thing we've talked about this many years in the 10 years of this podcast, which is crazy to think. But you've always said, and we've always agreed about this, is like they never pull the trigger at the apex peak. It's always after the fact.
Yeah.
When we've kind of started to sour on people. And it's bizarre to me why they wait that long. Like they can't feel the fever pitch.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it is, but it's weird to me.
Yeah. You know what isn't weird to me, Nestlemania?
What?
It's a little sad though. We might have seen our last segment with Brock Lesnar and Obafemi.
Mm-hmm.
In these segments, they just like these guys are so good. Like their chemistry. I can already tell you, rivalry of the year. Ain't touching this one, motherfuckers. Whew! This just like this feud put Oba like on a level that like not many people like immediately show up and get on the level because he's working with Brock Lesnar. And and you watch it, it's not forced, it's not contrived. It just works because it's believable. And these 2 guys together have just had absolute magic. If this is the way Brock is going out like we expect, I can't think of a more perfect way to put down the beast. Like this has just been so good. And watching that segment, I was a little hokey. I did appreciate of him being like, he got Wade backstage and he's 303, conveniently 1 pound or whatever, 1 pound heavier than Oba. It's always a nice touch, but I just like, I'm watching this and I'm like, man, I think it's going to be it on Saturday. And I think it's going to be awesome. But what a ride between these 2. Like, what a feud these guys have had. And I was like, I'm going to appreciate this segment because it's the last one we're going to get.
Yeah, I mean, I tend to agree with you. But I am curious because I feel like Brock likes money. Not that he needs it.
He doesn't need it anymore, though.
My question is,
Brock also knows the business, and I think in him, like he's frothing at the mouth. This is how he got to end it.
Right.
Hello, wasn't some bullshit. Gunther retired him in a fucking slap fest. He got to go out against a bad motherfucker.
Yeah,
who's fucking willing to hit him.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very interesting to me, like how things work. I think that we'll talk about it in the predictions, but I feel like my other question is if this is the end for Brock Lesnar this time, what do you do with Heyman, right? Because it seems like we're not caring anymore about the Vision, so it just feels like
You know who needs him?
no.
Roman Reigns.
Well, that's true, but that's for a different segment. So
Yeah.
we're not.
No,
I'm
I'm just saying, like you say where you go, it's like because you're right, like you don't just stick him back with the Vision unless you pull Braun away from it. Because I think ideally he'd be with Braun and Braun only, and maybe Maxine in theory can do their own thing, be a nice little mid card act. But it just Roman could fucking use him. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, fair enough. Anything else you thought was good?
Yeah, I'm excited for Cody Punk. I don't care. I think it's was this done a little like quick and not a lot of build? Sure, but it's just like these guys. I am excited for this match and the story these guys are going to want to tell. I'm also curious because it's very much baby. I'm curious if they pull the trigger on something in this match with one of these guys. Like if this is the start of something. Obviously, there's a number one contender match on the card, so they'll have another opponent. But I'm just curious if they're using this as a character change for someone, and I'm intrigued by that. Obviously, they feel like this match wasn't worth risking losing at WrestleMania. I think they've learned their lessons with these types of matches where it's like, you know what? We want SummerSlam to be a big thing. We're struggling right now anyways. We got to put as much stuff on the card as we can. So I give them credit for pulling the trigger on it here. But I am curious that it feels like they might have something up their sleeve here.
I don't know. I think for me, I look at it and I think this has been a shitty fucking buildup.
It's been like 2 weeks.
Or no, it's just I'm not a huge fan of it. I would assume Sammy is going to interject, or as Joe said, does Randy come back and screw Cody?
Well, Sammy faces Finn for the number one contendership.
Right. I assume that if it was up to me, I would think that either way, if Sammy winning or losing, Sammy ends up getting involved in the end of the matchup.
Well, so the problem is Punk Cody's night 1, Sammy Finn is night 2, and I think that's smart because I think if Finn wins, it's obvious that Punk wins, and I think if Sammy wins, I think it's obvious that Cody wins. So I'm glad that match is on night 2 because I'm curious if I'm assuming this will main event and Brock and Oba might kick off the show, but man, I'd probably main event Brock and Oba because it's in Minnesota. So I'm curious what they do.
And then you notice they had the regular silver cage, not the red cage.
Yes.
So that was nice.
Yes.
That was very nice. But here we go. You know, I mean, I the thing is I don't like the fucking dick measuring contest. Like I get it, but like at some point, like it's just
they're men, Adam. Let them measure dicks.
Yeah, let them stick their fucking dick in a peanut butter jar and see who's got the bigger one, right? But it's insane to me. Like I don't understand. They could have done way better, in my opinion, for the lead up. And I know it's only 2 weeks, and I know you're a Cody apologist, but like I'm not really interested in any of that right now. So
hi, you should be. Hi, Robin.
Robin, go to bed. Love you.
I can hear the little voice. I'm like, wow, it's a much better voice in the podcast than yours.
Yes, she's better at everything in this world than I am. Yeah. So
also, she would be pro Cody too. So you shut your mouth. How do you feel about Balor qualifying? Getting a little push here. This is what you wanted, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's interesting. I think the problem is he's always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
He ain't beating either one of these guys.
No, I know. But the thing is like we already saw Punk and Balor, so I feel like why do we need this again? Like
Punk wants to wrestle him again because he's fucking. But
no,
again, I feel like Cody might win.
I hope not, honestly.
I don't. But it's also like I don't know what's the better after him or Punk because it's just they both just been champion. I don't know. I would love. That's why I think like there might be a heel turn for someone after this match, and that would make it interesting.
I would say, oh brother, sorry. I would. It's throwing me off hearing that. I would definitely think that it would be better to have Punk win it, but we can talk about that later, I guess. But it also feels like if Cody wins it again, I think it's going to make it worse for Cody.
Not if they do something.
But I feel like they won't pull the trigger right away.
I think they're more likely to turn Punk than Cody.
Okay, I could see that. That's fair.
So there's the option where Punk cheats to win and retains, or he throws a temper tantrum after he loses. I don't know. It just, but also like Joe's right. Like Randy Orton is lurking. He's been out a long time. You would think. There's also Drew McIntyre lurking, and he hates both these motherfuckers. So it's just like there's a lot of things that could happen here for sure.
Now,
and we'll get into that more later.
If you read the dirties,
I don't.
I know nobody does. There was them boys saying that on the old interwebs that the WWE, when it comes to copyright and in trademarks, people see it a lot, and it's been pretty interesting to see that they have something about Cody and RK, like I think they called it RK Rhodes or something like that. They tried to come up with like a name for them, so I'd be curious if Randy Orton changes Cody in some way for being a
He
tag team.
saves him.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I don't think they'll be ready to turn Cody yet, but if they did, it would certainly be ballsy. And I don't think it'd be the worst thing in the world for them to be a little ballsy right now, because I just think that, like, I think some of the stuff has gotten better, but overall, I mean, the other show's worse. SmackDown's better than Raw by infinite lately, but it just, I don't know. I think they have an opportunity here to do something crazy, and I think they might.
Pretty cool. Anything else that you thought was positive?
Yeah, there were two matches I really enjoyed. Javon Evans and Rusev, Banner. Ethan Page and Rey Mysterio, Banner.
So I just saw while you were talking, I was searching something, and all of a sudden I found I don't know if you knew about this. There's a video of Javon Evans beating Rusev, and Rusev gets right back up after the fucking cutter and like steaming, pissed off, walking back to the whole thing.
I did,
and I'm
see
just
that
like,
too.
ooh, that's not good. That's not good at all. But he's a company guy, so it is what it is.
Nothing's by accident, is what I'll say.
No, I know. It's just interesting. I mean, all good matches, but like the one thing I will say is Raw was such a weird effort for me watching it. I didn't know what it was when I was watching it. It just felt like a chore. So
yeah, Raw it's tough every week because most of the stuff is absolute garbage, which we'll be getting to very soon, if not right now. Ethan Page being Rey Mysterio, though, I think is a big deal.
It is. I was very excited for Ethan Page to win. So anything else you got that was
Nope.
Ready, set. Get him off my TV. Get him off my TV. Get him off of my TV. Do we start with it?
You just sing the song.
I believe that you are cursed. Now listen, can I just say this? In my head, on paper, this should have been fucking outstanding.
It should have been better, but it's also like there's no way this isn't corny as fuck.
No, I understand that, but I did never expect it in a million years to get something this bad.
This was my fear with Joe Hendry on the main roster. I don't. It's fun, like a gimmick here and there, but him as like a full time, and Danhausen, it's fun. But when you put two things that have the potential to be very corny together, this was the most cringe segment of 2026. That's for sure. That shit was cringe. And then it just got more confusing because I guarantee you 90% of the people watching have no idea about who Ryan Garcia is. It's like, why is this guy in there and getting involved? Just like, this was a mess. This was a Vince McMahon segment when he was senile combined with TKO money grabbing, fame seeking, fucking Zuffy boxing bullshit. This was like the perfect storm of shit. Like, and I'm someone who likes to have fun, but this is like, it's the fun where it's not fun and you're watching this and like someone walks in the room and you don't know how to explain it. You're just caught with your pants down. You're like doing exactly what you thought I was doing. Because this was fucking bad. And I was warned about it and I'm like, it can't be that bad. It was that fucking bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Joe even texted me. He said right here, I told you not to watch it. But it's true. Joe did. And it's not a good earworm song. I'm glad it's not something I'll remember. But what bothered me the most was like, it was just, I don't think Joe Hendry is meant for WWE. I don't. And I don't mean that in the wrong way in that.
He'd be fine in NXT.
I don't. And here's the thing. I think what's the problem is there's too much going on with Joe Hendry in that he peaked in TNA. They grabbed him a little bit later. They haven't changed or know how to really represent Joe Hendry on the main roster. So it just feels really weird to me because it's just like, as important as Joe Hendry is to the pop culture and what he did and did it on his own and how impressive it was, sometimes you need another gear shift. You need to do something a little bit different or just a new layer or just something new. And we're not getting anything new from it. So I feel like that's really hindering him and you can't hinder hindering. You know what I mean? And you're gonna do that. Sorry, I tried to try it out for size.
I just the problem with them is like the reason why it worked in TNA and NXT is like even though he was hokey, he was still treated like he was important and he was good. On Raw, he's just been a clown. Raw already has a clown. It's a damn good one. His name is Danhausen. And so Joe Hendry, it's like I would have put him on SmackDown personally because it's like separate, but it's just like I don't know. It just it needs to be different. He needs to be different on the main roster because it's a different type of audience. It's not that niche audience, like you said, and they're just trying to do it. And I don't know if it's because maybe they just don't believe in him, so they're just doing it until whatever, and it'll fizzle and he'll go away. But I don't know. This is the wrong way to use him for sure. And stinking up Danhausen a little bit was not the right move.
The other thing that really bothered me about this entire thing was like, so we have the whole concert segment. They're fake playing the fucking organ. They had the little minis come out and the Clipper girls start doing their dances. They didn't want anything fucking to do with it. You could tell they took the masks off right away. And it was just like so many awkward moments where they're waiting for things to happen. And it just looked like I was watching a really bad high school play like unfold in front of my eyes. And I'm like, this is a multi-billion-dollar company that couldn't get their timing down. That was just, it made it worse. And then, so I was already steaming mad about that. And then they have a backstage segment where he says he wants to put human monies on a fucking pole match. Now I love people that do the absurd and I love stupid shit. But the one thing I don't like is anything on a pole. And when I saw that
I like this. No. I like it. It's one of those, like, we're talking about fucking Danhausen here, man. And he's wrestling Dom Mysterio. They got to do something stupid. And like, I think this will work. That's why, like, I didn't fully bring it up with the segment because I think the segment itself is absolute stink. But this, just like, I was like, huh. Because what do we talk about all the time when you get these 2-night cards? Like, what makes this match going to stand out? If they just had a wrestling match with Danhausen and Dominic Mysterio, it's not going to stand out. But you do something ridiculous like putting human monies on a pole match. It's the potential where it's like, yeah, it might not work. It might be bad. But it also has the potential to be like a WLC match that we'll never forget because it was so unique and so ridiculous that I bring it up all the time because it was fucking awesome. It was Drew McIntyre's best match of all time. Don't tell him I said that. But no, seriously, like we're talking about if this was a like obviously a more serious thing, but it's not. It's fucking Danhausen versus Dom Mysterio in a ridiculous storyline, just for a fun little haha. Lean into it, try it. It might fucking train wreck. These things always teeter. They always teeter. That's just how it works in wrestling. But man, you hit something that's fun here, it'll be something memorable. Because like Nestlemania, if you would have like that WLC match, I can't like that. Besides the fucking Mike Awesome to Tanaka match, like that's the match I bring up the second most after that. So I'm optimistic about it because I think it needed something stupid, and they're trying something stupid.
Let me ask you this, and I'm sure the answer is JC ready, but is it weird that like Dominic Mysterio was kind of like the hottest heel they had and like a big deal, and then it feels like he's now kind of all the way down to Danhausen? Is that or is that just a circle of life to you?
I think it just is part of the wrestling ecosystem. I think as long as you're still relevant, and this obviously Danhausen is very relevant, that you're fine. I just think Dom was double champion for a while, and all this stuff. So it's obviously like, yeah, it's different than that, but like, that's just like, it's when you get to a certain peak, you have to go back down before you can build back up. And this, again, is something I think that could be fun and memorable. It could also be something really bad, but it's that line, and it's Dom's on the card in a singles match. So it's not the end of the world for him. Obviously they're still very high on Dominic. I still think he's a guy where if they want to put the money in the bank briefcase on him, it fucking works. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with Judgment Day. I think SummerSlam is a big tent pole for them. So we'll see.
Joe Stopper saying the stair match, you cowards. Yes.
That's probably the third one that I bring up the most.
And then of course our boy Tommy saying it could work because it's money that's on a pole. Now, listen, there's no strippers are throwing money at here, buddy. So,
with Danhausen, they can do anything. He might have strippers dressed like teeth.
Stripper housings, who knows? Yeah, right.
Exactly.
I don't know. It's just bizarre to me. I have flashbacks of Vince Russo, so it's just it's making.
Oh, again, it's the fucking line, man. That's like You're on a line. You're either gonna fall in the bad or the good. And you know what? These type of things, you take the risk. There's fucking 12 matches on the card. What do you do to make it stand out? This is what.
Okay. That's fair. Totally fair.
Boom.
You're making a positive out of negative.
Did I sell you with the $100,000 idea?
$100,000. I don't know about that, but it's fine.
Of human monies.
All right, so that we got that out of the way.
Yep.
That's definitely in the Jobber Knocker Awards later. That's fine.
Yep.
Dan Hosen. Not bad. Not bad. We try a lot of words out here in the Jobber Knocker. That one can stay. No one can stay.
Yeah.
I am curious your thoughts. It was a head scratcher for me. I didn't mind it, but Danny, our friend in the Jobber Knocker, who really didn't like this, was Raquel Rodriguez picking up a big dub against Sol Ruca out of nowhere, it seemed.
This felt really out of nowhere. Look, I'm happy for Raquel. Raquel's, I think, one of the most underrated wrestlers the last little bit. The timing of this just didn't seem to make sense. I feel like they should have done this before. Maybe Sol's hurt, which shouldn't be surprising because Sol's always hurt, and they just did this. But now you're going into SummerSlam with 2 members of Judgment Day having singles gold. We obviously think Liv's going to lose hers, so maybe it's like a dynamic they're doing here. But this certainly felt like out of nowhere for sure. And I'm curious because now these two, obviously neither of them are on SummerSlam. Sol's, I feel like someone with a 2-night card that you'd want to put on SummerSlam because she's a fucking surfer gimmick too. And like the audience wants to be so behind her. That's why I think she might be hurt. But it just, I don't know. It was the timing was just weird for me. And I'm never going to complain about something I didn't expect, but it just, the timing here, I'm having trouble seeing the picture. So they're gonna have to paint it for me.
I'm going to go on a little mini rant here about Sol Ruca. I've noticed this a lot since the beginning, but it's definitely something that I've noticed since she's been on the main roster, and it's been pissing me off. Like, this is the most nitpicky Nestle thing I have ever said in my life. I'm sure of it. When you watch her wrestle, JC, have you noticed what she's wearing on her feet?
I'm not a feet guy, so no.
No, neither am I, but it sticks out to me every single time I see her.
What does she wear?
She's wearing 2 different types of shoes. Every single
That's like a
time.
style. Sometimes.
No, I understand that. But what people don't normally understand is when you're in the wrestling ring.
Oh God, here we go.
You're gonna end up fucking up a lot more because the traction on 2 different shoes. It's not even like she bought the same type of shoe. She's got like a Vans on one and some like other fucking PacSun thing on the other. It's just like, I get it, but I'm guaranteeing you that is the reason that she keeps fucking up.
You're such a fucking dork.
I know.
This is what you're going in on. This is the dumbest fucking thing in the world.
She is so sloppy. She is so talented, but like I'm sitting here thinking to myself, when she has 2 different shoes on, she's gonna fuck something up. She fucking blasted the fucking poor girl in the nose. She flips and flops and does all this shit, which is fucking impressive as hell. But if she just one time, can you just wear the same fucking shoes? And then let me see if you don't fuck up a match. Like, I know it's high risk, high reward, and this ain't ballet, but like, for fuck's sake, like, can we have one Sol Ruca match where I feel like I can walk away going like, I don't feel dirty watching this in not a good way. Like, I feel like having 2 different types of shoes, I know it's a fucking style, then do it outside the fucking wrestling ring. Don't do it in my fucking wrestling ring when you're wrestling.
I want to add a new Knocker Awards category. Nestle's dumbest takes. So I Googled this because I was going to be like, maybe she has 2 different feet. WWE wrestler Sol Ruca wears mixed match shoes, such as different colored and mismatched Vans, simply as a fun fashion choice. She likes to experiment with her look to match her colorful ring gear and lean into her laid back, effortlessly California surfer persona. So it's part of her character, bro. Yeah, you just can't see it because you're a shoe shamer.
No, I'm not a shoe shamer.
You're a shoe shamer.
What is it? What did he say? Hold on. Kickers wear 2 different shoes and they're tremendous. Listen, guess what? That's because 1 foot needs to do the fucking work.
Sol's a kicker too. Maybe her feet have different type of kicks, bro.
Listen.
Hey, this is so ridiculous.
Listen to me.
Bothers you. And you're using it as a reason for like her. Like you're unbelievable. Not in a good way.
Thank you.
Not in a good way.
No, thank you. I appreciate it.
You know when you're someone's mad at you and they just go, "You're unbelievable," and they storm out. That's this take. This is unbelievable.
Listen to me. When she stops slipping on a goddamn banana peel, then I'll be fine. Maybe she wears 2 same shoes The pair of shoes are made to be a pair. That's all it is.
You're such a fucking boring.
Hey, you know what? Hey, you know what?
I'm Nestle. I like evidence boring and uniform. Everything has to be perfect for my ballet dance.
No, that's not what I said. I'm just saying, if she's good enough to not fuck up,
she's clearly good enough. Jesus, Adam.
Listen. She's been a wet fart.
Joseph, you're a soul shamer. That's good. This is some of your worst work right here. Like, listen, in terms of like nitpicky Nestle, like this is like the nitpicky Nestle taking.
Listen. You know why
this is ridiculous.
You know why I'm doing this? Because you know that you and I are going to end up watching a match down the line. She's going to have an atrocious fucking train wreck.
We're gonna watch like 30 matches, and like the 30th match, she's gonna have one little slip up. You're gonna be like, "Steve!"
I'm gonna turn directly at you and smile and go, "Must be the shoes." That's all I'm gonna say. Must have been the shoes. Must have been the shoes.
Like
we should have the opposite of the Jordan fucking logo for her. Just have her upside down, landing on the back of her fucking back, and be like, "Must have been the shoes." Just do it because that's what she does.
I think you like this. The Nestle curse is now working in Sol Ruka's favor. She's probably going to become the greatest of all time.
I hope she does. I hope she does. But you know what she doesn't do? Charlotte Flair doesn't wear two different types of shoes, so it's fine.
Call her the shoveler and bury her. And now
what I love
is so ridiculous.
What I love about your Chat GPT thing is really the best part. It was that you said it was effortlessly. And I was just like, it takes a lot more fucking effort to find two different types of shoes and go left, right, left, right. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
This is a take that is ridiculous.
It's got to be the shoes.
This is so ridiculous.
Well, you know what? If the shoe fits, wear it.
Okay, Cinderella.
Yeah, well, she ain't Cinderella. She ain't going to SummerSlam. And midnight struck and she got fucked. So there you go.
You know what's the problem with you is if you're spending all this time shitting on Sol Ruka, who is fucking objectively awesome and well liked, and you haven't shit on Nikki Bella yet.
Well, we haven't gotten there.
Well, we're there right now. She's back. I'm not getting one of our comebacks because she's in the heat. Sorry,
you
Bert.
You can look, but you can't touch.
The one positive is hopefully this means we can get Paige out of the fucking Brie Bella vortex after SummerSlam, and she can just do her thing and not fucking have to tag with the worst wrestler in women's history. But now we got the sisters back, and the Bella twins are 100% going to beat fucking Laney and Fallon.
Wouldn't it be an inspirational story?
Wouldn't it be nice if they didn't work there? I'm gonna SummerSlam.
I can't believe it's a 6-woman tag. That one is just.
I can.
It is one of those things where I'm just like, well, Fatal Influence is great. I love Paige. That's about it. So, it's fine. But here's the thing. We got to have the Bella twins win the tag titles. Got to get that checked.
They will.
And then we got to have them turn on each other. Like, that just seems like a thing. Right? You would imagine so.
I don't know. I just don't care about the Bellas.
I
will say, Landy Reed kind of got like shoved into this position because Jasmine Nix got like released and they like kind of like threw her in. And at first I was like, she didn't seem to have much personality, but she's pretty hot.
Does she have a southern twang?
I think she got a little bit. Let's see where she's from.
Oh, Chat GPT it. Our best friend.
So. I'll Google it, bro. That was actually the Google AI. Laney Reed, nationality.
Nationality? That doesn't mean anything.
I don't know. She's from.
Where is she from?
She's from Gadsden, Alabama.
There you go.
That makes a lot of sense.
There you go. Telling you, little twang. I can hear it in her voice.
Yeah,
it works for her. It works for her for sure. I'm still a Fallon Henley. Fallon Henley.
Oh, Fallon's great too. I mean, they just recreated the Mandy stable without Mandy and promoted JC.
Well, is what it is. But nobody cares about Bellas. It is what it is. Anything else that you thought was shitty?
There's two things, and it's just like, are we going to talk about the Vision first, or are we going to talk about Reigns Rollins first?
I mean, pick your poison. They're both terrible.
I will ask you this question.
Yes.
Who am I supposed to want to win between Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins?
See, this is exactly where I was headed to, JC, because my thought was, okay, so we've had this entire build up. We've had the fucking Gaga, the whole shit, the whole shit show. And then On Monday, he comes out and breaks up the acknowledgement and acknowledge me. And then Seth Rollins voluntarily says, okay, I'm the asshole. And I'm like, wait, whoa. Seth Rollins is not the bad guy here. Roman Reigns is the bad guy here. And now we're switching it again because we're trying to make him get sympathetic babyface. Like, I was just like,
I think they switched it because no one, like, people cheer Seth Rollins songs, but nobody wants to fucking cheer Seth Rollins.
No, we don't.
Everyone likes to chant OTC, even though he's fucking so mid right now.
He is. He's absolutely mid.
This feud is like, it's so bad.
I got some heat for putting out a tweet that said, if anybody thinks that Rollins and Reigns is more important than Oba and Brock and Cody and Punk, they're fucking high.
Agree.
Like, they are. And I'm not saying that to get.
Yeah, I agree.
And I know you're a Cody guy, so you're not going to say that I'm wrong. But I mean, obviously, you're Brock.
It has nothing to do with that. Those are objectively better feuds.
I just think that there's hype because you look at it this way, right? Like, I understand the used car salesmanship of wrestling better than most people, but Brock and Oba is, like you said, once in a lifetime in terms of the feud and the rivalry, and this is the culmination of everything. It deserves to be, especially in a cage, either on ESPN or the ending of the thing. Cody and Punk should end night one, hopefully. But I was just thinking to myself, objectively, the premise of this is stupid. Like, I need to beat you for my legacy. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard because I don't buy that at all. And I think watching on Monday when he went to go grab that chair and was like, oh, the distraction. It's like, we know fucking Reigns is winning. So, like, at this point, it just feels like we don't want to watch the lead up. We don't want to watch the match. And we certainly don't care about the aftermath of this match because Roman Reigns is just either going to go away or some normal thing is going to happen where we don't give a shit because Roman ain't losing that shit anytime soon. It's just not happening.
Is there anything they can do to make me care about this? Because this is going to end the weekend.
I think what's going to happen is it's going to be a normal Roman Reigns fucking dominant fucking win. It'll have some good shit in it for sure, but it'll just be there so he can fucking pose and get the pyro. That's
where does
exactly
Seth go after this?
Jacob Fatu. I don't know. I mean, he kind of screwed around with Jacob Fatu for a little bit there. I could see him maybe potentially. I'm looking around thinking like, does he mix it up with an Obafemi? Not that I love that idea either. But.
It's just like I don't know because it's just, but it's also like if Seth wins, like obviously Roman just goes away,
right? It's not happening.
And Seth is the champion, so whatever. But it's just like, it's just tough because I think the Money in the Bank is way more interesting with Roman as champion because that makes Jacob Fatu interesting. Mm-hmm. It makes Solo Sikoa interesting. It makes LA Knight interesting. And those three guys are three guys. Like I brought them up earlier. Those are three guys that I think are very high in the Money in the Bank list. So
I mean, he wants to stay away from the Vision. He's on the wrong side of the LA and Friends. Well, I mean, like Rusev is not a threat. You know what I mean? Like I'm looking around. I'm like, he's not going to mess in the Intercontinental title picture. Rey Mysterio is just Rey Mysterio. It doesn't really make any sense. The only thing I could think of is if they push him over to SmackDown, but why would they?
They just move Punk over there. They just move Finn over. They could just they've already shoved a bunch of their top guys. So it's just like I think we're stuck with what we got. I don't know. It's maybe this is the McIntyre return spot, but it's like he's fucking wrestled both these guys. I don't know. It just I've tried to be like, what can they do? Because like these two guys have a ton of history. This feud should have been good. Like we talked about this, like WrestleMania main event level feud. And it's just been the drizzling shits. It's fucking dog shit. Like literal dog shit. Like I'd rather watch Roman Reigns eat dog food again than this feud.
Well, Baron Corbin is back.
Yeah.
So there's that.
I don't know. This just I'm watching the segment and I'm like, who am I supposed to root for? Like it's confusing. And one of those things like yeah, you do that sometimes, like, but it's just like usually in these situations you just let the crowd decide.
Right.
And do what they want. But they like on Monday, they made an effort to be like, no, you're supposed to boo Seth Rollins and cheer Roman Reigns. I was just like, but Roman and the Usos have been such heels.
Right.
And Seth has been a babyface. Now it's bad, man. This is some bad writing. It's some bad everything. It's just a complete and total piece of shite.
See, I know people are going to disagree with me on this one, but I think things are easier when you have a baby face and a heel. Like it's easy, like you
Well,
can
I obviously agree, yeah.
right, but like I understand there are shades of gray and those things do work from time to time. But if you are going to tell me that the first 7 years of Roman Reigns' career, we've been having him shoved down our throat and being told how to feel about Roman Reigns, then he goes away, has 5 years of just unbelievable, just wonderful, earth-shattering, fucking good time with the bloodline, does his business, leaves, come back, and then we have this on Monday where they're telling us he's the babyface and Rollins is the heel. I just feel like we're back to that whole feeling of like, we're telling you what to do. We're doing this, but it's okay now because he sells out, arenas and ticket prices and yada, yada, yada. I just feel like it's a cop out. And I just feel like this needs to move on. I am waiting for Obafemi to beat the shit out of Roman Reigns. That's basically what we're doing here. We're jerking off until fucking WrestleMania, until Obafemi gets there and just beats the shit out of him. That's it. But I don't know how you keep both of them away from each other for that long unless he takes a very long vacation.
Yeah. I don't. I know, Joe, I agree, but fans don't also want to boo Roman. Like he's gonna get the OTC chance because people are fucking puppets and they love chanting. Like it's not. It just didn't. They had to just leave it be, but they didn't. They somehow made something that was bad worse. Which brings me to my next topic, the Vision. Monday Night Raw, like I said, absolute garbage because it's the Vision and it's this. Like, no matter even how fun the mid-card stuff is, it's just like it's overshadowed by this. Like, why is Braun Breaker in a tag team? Why is Austin Theory the fucking face of the Vision? Why am I suddenly out of nowhere going to think Otis and Tozawa are a threat? Why did they win the tag titles back just to do this feud? Why?
I've never seen Braun Breaker look so depressed in my life than on Monday.
Yeah.
He had a segment in the stands where he looked like he wanted to be shot in the face.
Yep.
And then I always laugh when they do the fucking Vision entrance because it looks like it's like Maxine's hanging on Theory, and then there's like Logan Paul trying to be buddy with him. He's just like, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah.
I don't fucking want this. Now, if Bronson Reed comes back, I feel like it might put a little pep in his step. He can be like, oh, thank God I can get this title to fucking Bronson Reed. But and here's the thing. You think I'm joking? I'm not. But here's the other thing. Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed will happen again, too, because Roman Reigns needs to get his W back. So that'll happen, too. You wait. You fucking wait. It'll be on a fucking random fucking
Saturday night main event. I
don't know.
If Roman even works that.
Pollock saying, why does Braun Breaker sell for Akira Tozawa? I mean, the fact that Braun Breaker has been relegated, I guess, is probably the best way to say it, is just, it's fascinating. It's fucking fascinating to me.
Yeah.
And it's like, I get it that Trick Williams is fucking red hot. I get it that Javon is exciting. I get it that Oba's fucking special. But like, before all these guys and even Soul, I'll jokingly, I'll put that up there. All these new kids on the block have been fucking doing their thing. Man, Braun Breaker was the guy. Braun Breaker was like the centerpiece of everything. Do you remember last year in January? Actually, it was this past January when it was supposed to be Punk versus Breaker for the. They were saying that was going to be the thing. So it was just like, Jesus Christ, man! Like, come on.
The Vision is cursed. It needs to die.
I don't know.
It needs to die. And I'm gonna bring up in my hope because Austin Theory got some shots from someone on NXT tonight, kicking off the show. So
I saw about that. Yeah, it's nice to see him. Nice to see a return.
Yeah. Well, are we going to the hope now?
You can get to the hope.
Glorious, your manly hope. Grayson Waller kicked off NXT tonight, and he fucking cut a scathing promo on the entire locker room. Said he would talk about carrying around the dead weight of Austin Theory. Look, Grayson Waller is a fucking star, and they like completely just dropped the ball with him on the main roster. So my hope's pretty simple because right now I have him written in like the most underutilized talent in the Knocker Awards. So part of my hope is that I hope I can delete that. But sending him down to NXT is a good thing because those dumb motherfuckers up top will see that clip and be like, oh shit, Why don't we do that? Prove yourself, Grayson Waller. We all know you're a stud. He's gonna go down there. He's gonna fucking run circles around those motherfuckers. He's gonna teach them all a thing or two. Everyone on that roster is gonna be better because of it. But my hope is that fucking ding dons who we're gonna watch on WWE Unreal talk about fucking terrible storylines they write and jerk each other off, that they notice and be like, we fucked up. And I can't wait to get him back up here and we can get our hands on him and use him the way he's supposed to be used, because he is a special talent. He is an elite promo. He's an incredible wrestler. And by God, he is one of the most natural heels you ever will see. So hashtag JC knows, hashtag JC's hopes come true. Grayson Waller effect will be affecting their brains into being smart.
So you said something in there that I wanted to ask you, and I didn't know where to put this, but it was something that was random. This is probably another thing that's going to upset you, which, whatever, that's what this podcast is about anyway. Like, we thought wrestling was on, like, the uptick. It was, like, at a fever pitch. Like, Cody fucking won the belt for the first time at 40. It felt like they couldn't do anything wrong. There were multiple sellout streaks, and just they're still doing gangbusters. But now it feels like it's just not as exciting and that there's not enough effort. I am curious. I'm probably wrong, but it did occur to me as I'm watching these things. I think WWE Unreal had something to do in some form that, like, kind of got rid of the specialness that we were riding as that lightning bolt. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but it feels like that show has done more bad than good.
It's not the show. I can tell you what it is. And I got 3 letters for you. TKO.
I was going to do LA Knight, but okay.
They sold out. It's been, and like you can tell with some things creatively, they're forced down to do shitty things. I also think, like I talk about every time we watch Unreal, like just looking around the room, it's a bunch of old white dudes. Like it just like that for the most part. Like they need to mix in more talent. They need to get like a female voice in there. It makes sense why female storylines suck. The only woman in there is the one taking notes. Problem. Right. So it's just like it's a lot of those factors, but I'm not blaming a fucking behind the scenes TV show for why creative is dog shit. I'm blaming creative for why creative is dog shit. And obviously Grayson Waller is a small pin drop in that pond because there are far worse things, but it's just like I just don't think they realize what they have sometimes. And they just like they get stuck in the same stuff every week. And it's like the people who get called up to the main roster are the elite of the elite in the wrestling world. And if you sit someone on the sidelines, that means they're fucking hungry. Like Grayson Waller, this is him being hungry. He's a hungry dog because the New Day left and you were like, oh yeah, we're not going to do anything with him. You're putting fucking Austin Theory down my throat for fucking an hour every Monday. You can give me some Grayson Waller. So that's what frustrates me is it's like there's plenty of toys to play with. Let them all play.
My hope. Are you ready, kids?
No.
Aye, Captain. On Monday, I saw what I thought was a great match between Rey Mysterio and one Ethan Page, which Ethan Page, by the way, the apron blocking the 619 was fucking great. I just love little shit like that. But my goodness, it is apparent to me as I was watching it, JC, the natural progression would be to have a rematch, maybe a storyline between Rey Mysterio and Ethan Page. And I'm thinking mask versus hair, because there's something about Ethan Page that I feel like works with his character. And I thought it would just fucking work because Julian is a fucking star and he deserves all the fucking credit in the world. He's so good. I just think that he could make this fucking work, and we haven't had a good hair match in a long time. And I just think we're about fucking due for one. And the mask versus the hair thing would get me every time.
Oh, yeah, you think? You have such a hair fetish. It's weird.
Well, hair recognize hair, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so it's weird, but you want to cut it off.
Yeah.
And like, do you want to like make a doll out of it or something? Is that why you want it? You want
no,
you want to go to WWEshop.com and buy Ethan Page hair doll?
You want to know something that's really weird? This has nothing to do with me. It has to do with one of my friends in high school. I'm not exaggerating for comedic effect. He had a notebook in which he asked everybody for their hair. And people would give him hair. He had
I give him my hair for real human monies. But...
Right. But here's the thing. He came up to me and he goes, I want your hair. And I said, no. And he goes, well, what would I have to do to get your hair? And I was like, well, this kid was fucking smart as hell. And I said, I know you're going to clone us all. I said, if you can get to 100 people, I will be number 100. Motherfucker came back a week later, 99. Then 100.
99 hairs and Nestles.
And I was like, this is the dumbest thing in the world. Here, have my hair. So that's probably where the hair fetish started. Anyway, Ethan doesn't have long hair. I understand that. But listen,
I didn't expect the last line of that story to be like, that's where my hair fetish started. By you giving some dude.
It was a joke. It was a joke. Relax. Okay? It's comedic effect, Joshua. All right?
You can sell it however you want, Adam, but we heard what we heard.
One of these days, you're going to shave my head on this podcast.
Super free.
Maybe it's the last podcast we ever have. I'll just have you shave my head. Okay?
I don't want to shave your head. I'll let someone else shave your head.
I'll have my kids shave my head. There you go. Aaron.
Yeah, give your kids a razor. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Just fucking take out my fucking skin while I'm at it. Just skin me alive. They literally wanted to paint my face like Danhausen, and I was like, I wish I could. I can't walk around at work like Danhausen, so
I mean, you could. People would just look at you funny.
Well, they already do.
I was gonna say they might already do. So why not?
They don't get me at work.
Why fine. Not? Why not?
Anyway, there's your hope. Comeback style. I'm giving my comeback to one and the only. It's Chelsea, because she fucking won, and she's in the fucking ladder match. I say, look. Out of everybody in this fucking ladder match, we know it's probably going to be a heel. It's probably going to be Jade, and I'm going to be really upset, and I want to fucking regurgitate all over it. But god damn it, if it's interim, it should have been JC Jane. Like I said like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, you should have taken a flyer on JC Jane as an interim fucking women's champion. If Rhea Ripley's close to coming back, you could have had that. You could have made JC feel a big deal. If you're not going to do that, why not take a flyer on Chelsea? It'd be fucking awesome. I know it'll be Jade. But god damn it, think of that fucking pop if she fucking wins.
It's not going to be Jade, but I'm going to save that for my predictions.
I know, but here's the thing. It ain't going to be Chelsea.
I hope it's Julia. She hasn't qualified yet, though.
Yeah, well.
She's got to beat the legend of Lash.
Maybe it'd be Lash. You don't like that either?
No.
Okay.
I want to be Julia or Chelsea. I agree. Mainly Julia, because the Nestle curse is fucking incredible.
Well, listen, I cursed Danhausen and Joe Hendry by saying they were going to be comedic gold, and boy, is my curse stronger than Danhausen's at this point.
Yeah,
that was all time. Yeah. So
I have two comebacks. Mike Santana came back on NXT last week. That's cool. But
he's got a new name.
What is it?
Cruz Montana.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It's actually funny. I didn't know that. I obviously haven't watched this week yet because it's on right now. But my actual comeback's going to Darius Rucker, my guy. Singing the national anthem at SummerSlam. I love Darius Rucker. So there you go. That's all I got to say.
Only want to be with you?
Yeah. Hootie, baby.
Do you know he gets very upset when people call him Hootie?
Yeah. Wouldn't you?
Well, he's Hootie in the Blowfish. He's the lead singer of Hootie and the Blowfish.
Maybe he identifies as the Blowfish.
Well,
right.
We're not going to talk about
who
identifies as what.
All right.
You would like Hootie and the Blowfish.
I love Hootie and the Blowfish. I love Darius Rucker.
You probably. What is the most, in your opinion, if you had to say right now, what is the cringiest music that you like that you think a lot of people would be like, what the fuck?
Oh, I like some really girly music. So
that's fine.
Yeah, it's just like any girly music you can think of. I like it. So it'd be any.
That's not a bad thing. I don't think.
Yeah. You're trying to make fun of Darius Rucker because Darius Rucker's not cringe, bro.
I feel like he's past his prime. That's all.
He's not. He's the goat. Leave him alone.
There's too many goats. Relax.
Yeah. We got Goaty Rhodes. We got
Goaty
Rhodes.
It's been a week or two. I forgot about Goaty Rhodes. There we go.
Yeah. Goaty Rhodes.
Anyway, we have a big old finish here, right? Or not. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we do. On SmackDown, Priest and Truth are finally taking on the War Raiders for the tag title. They're going to give it to the paint face dudes.
Does it matter?
That's why I'm asking.
No.
I think the War Raiders are going to win because maybe they're going to pretend to care about the tag division for 2 weeks. Yeah, but whatever. I don't know. I feel like Priest and Truth has run its course.
Yes.
So
terrible.
Yeah. I don't know. There's probably other stuff. Oh, we have Julia versus Lash. Who wins?
Just to keep the curse going, I'm going to pick Lash Legend.
Good. Give me Julia. That's my girl. She qualifies and moves on to SummerSlam, which, speaking of Nestlemania, 2 nights, 12 matches, 6 on each card. You ready to rumble?
I believe you're ready to slam in summertime.
I believe I can SummerSlam. First match that is on the sheet that I'm reading on my face. Singles match for the Women's World Championship. Liv Morgan defends her title against Io Sky. I will take the Genius of the Sky, Miss Io Sky.
Io against YOLO. Picking Io.
Question number 2. Do we see Stephanie Vaquer at SummerSlam?
No.
I hope so. But I hope it's her interrupting after Julia wins the Smackdown Women's title.
Oh,
out comes Stephanie Vaquer, and we run it
Stop.
back. Bring her music back. We headbang into the greatest match of all time.
No.
Throwing Roxanne triple threat of greatness. Next up, we have I'm going to skip that one. 6-man tag match player. LA Knight, yeah. Solo Sikoa, yeah. Royce Keys, yeah. Taking on the bloodline of Jacob Fatu, Jey Uso, and Jimmy Uso. Nestlemania. I ask you a simple question. Who you got?
I'm picking the bloodline. Because it's Bruce Pritchard's rules, who the non-bloodline members stood tall on Monday, which means the equivalent would mean they're going to lose on Saturday or Sunday. So,
do you know Saturday. Who Lee Corso is?
Who?
Lee Corso.
Clearly not.
The old guy who did Game Day Forever, put the things on his head.
Yeah.
You know what he used to say when you'd say something wrong? You go, "Not so fast, Nestlemania." Give me the babies because they're pushing Solo, they're pushing Keys, they're pushing Knight. And old Daddy Jimmy Boy can take that pin very easily, and it then just like it causes more dissension between Fatu and the Usos. So I'm taking the triumvirate of greatness of Solo Sikoa, Royce Keys.
Wow, that was a big word for you.
Triumvirate? It's not very big.
Crescendo. What was the one you put at the end of the thing that threw Greeny off when you wrote it, or was it Brian?
Oh, it was a diminuendo.
Diminuendo. Yeah.
Like, that was the opposite of a crescendo.
Yeah. That was good. That was good. That was
I said music diminuendos, and he did not like that. And I was like, it's just a fade, bro. But I don't know.
Boy, did that guy
for my own good.
Yeah, right.
What does that mean? Singles match, Nestlemania. Gunther versus Nick Aldis. Who you got? It's Gunther.
I mean, if it's not Gunther, we got problems, right? That would be my thought.
Yeah, if Nick Aldis beats Gunther, imagine.
Like you can't. My thing is like, okay, you've transferred the energy of a Goldberg and AJ Styles and a John Cena into this man. And then, as much as I love Nick Aldis, you can still look great in a losing effort. So that's where I feel like we're headed. But if you let Nick Aldis win this thing,
that would be unreal.
This would be. You'd have to put Gunther under a microscope after that and be like, what do we do?
Yep. Next up, Nestlemania. No, I know what you love when you have multiple 6-person tag matches.
On the same night.
Bella Twins and Paige take on Fatal Influence of JC Jane, Laney Reed, and Fallon Henley. Nestlemania, for real. Who you got in this one?
I feel like because Nikki Bella came back, I'm going to pick Paige and Bella's. I don't feel good about it, but
no, I feel good about it. It's Fatal Influence just won the titles. That keeps the feud going. And like you said, Nikki literally just came back. She's going to rack attack probably Laney.
Okay, fair enough.
I'd like to rack attack Laney.
Enough.
That leaves us 2 matches on night 1, Nestlemania. Woof woof. Hell in a Cell match. Oba Femi, Brock Lesnar. Obviously, Oba's going to win. And Brock's going to have his moment in Minnesota. But I hope this is match of the year because these 2 big fucking goons in Hell in the Cell, like my wrestle boner is an erection of epic proportions.
An erection of perfection. I don't care if it's Hell in a Cell, Penis and Uranus. It doesn't matter. It's going to be great.
Both these men are probably Penis and Uranus, so.
It is what it is. Rage in the Cage. Here we go. Can't wait.
Dun, dun. I wish we could talk about it forever.
I think you just don't want it to end, right? So there it is. So.
Fight forever. The only time you'll hear me chant that virgin fucking chant. Next up, singles match for the undisputed WWE Championship. The champion CM Punk defends against the GOAT Cody Rhodes. Nestlemania, I ask you one question only. Who you got?
Sorry that I know you love Cody, but I feel like Punk just got this thing. I would hope to Christ we have a longer reign here for Punk. Considering they probably have to wax poetic and his biological clock is ticking. So Cody's got like 5 more years. He'll be fine.
Randy's coming back. Punk's going to retain. Or will he? Do I not so fast myself and change my pick to Cody Rhodes? Give me Cody Rhodes.
Oh, you fucking homer. I love it. Wow.
I have a
move.
feeling
Bold move, Cotton.
that something's going to happen here.
All right. That's fine. By the way, I don't know if you watched the Cody Rhodes and Tom Brady talk.
I listened to it.
That was hard to listen to, but it's fine.
Because it was a fucking just pushing the fucking bullshit cards.
Yeah, but he did say like he was trying to equate Brady after having that terrible season, and he's having a terrible season, and I was like, oh, so Cody's gonna go on a fucking journey here where he doesn't have the fucking belt for a while. This is great. That's what he's trying to tell us without telling us. So
yeah, if he loses, I think he's taking a little time off, well-deserved time off, but we'll see.
All right, night two,
Nestlemania. This card is a little less exciting, but I'm going to start with my favorite match in the card just because it's my boys' singles match for the WWE United States Championship. Whoop that trick. Trick Williams defends against one of the greatest of all time, Baron Corbin. Nestlemania, who you got?
I don't think you could stop the Trick Willie train right now. I mean, as much as we love Baron Corbin on this program, he's been here for like 2-3 weeks.
He's coming back to put people over, man.
Yeah,
so, all day.
Yeah, I don't think that's a problem.
But I'm excited for this match because Corbin is so underrated. Next up, singles match to determine the number one contender for the undisputed WWE Championship, Sami Zayn versus Finn Balor in the wrestling match of the weekend. Well, maybe not. Penta Gable might be better.
I'm going to pick Sami Zayn. I don't feel 100% on that one, though.
I'm going to pick Finn Balor. I don't know. I just have a weird feeling they're pushing him to just lose a title match, and Sami's going to continue to melt down. But I'm not confident. This is probably the least confident pick I've had.
Okay. You're pretty confident about a couple of these things, so that's interesting.
I am. Human money's on a pole match. The winner will keep the US $100,000 that Danhausen stole from the Judgment Day. Danhausen, Dominic Mysterio, Nestlemania. It's Danhausen, right?
You would think that.
Yeah.
But wouldn't he have already spent the money?
Yeah, imagine Dom wins and there's no money on the pole.
Right, that's what I'm thinking.
I like that. I like that. I'm going to stick with Danhausen, but you should definitely pick Dom because I do like that.
I'm going to pick Dom.
Yeah, I like that.
Because if I was booking it, I would have him win and have no money. I think that'd be funnier.
I like that a lot.
So
that's good. I hope they listen to you for once.
No, they won't. They're going to go, who's this fucking nerd?
Next up, 5-way ladder match for the interim WWE Women's Championship. Stratton, Cargill, Green, Flair all qualified. It'll be Julia or Lash Legend. My original hope, Nestlemania, before I realized Julia and Lash Legend were wrestling, was that Lola Vice would be a surprise fifth person in this ladder match. But it's going to be Julia or Lash Legend, probably Julia. And I am going to pick to win. I don't know who you're picking.
I'm going with Chelsea. Fuck it. Let's go.
You said you were Jade was a shoo-in.
I know. I don't care. I'm going Chelsea. I'm going for broke.
My pick's Charlotte Flair. I think they're putting it on Charlotte here because she can feud with Jade. She can feud with pretty much anyone here. And then when Rhea comes back, they can do Charlotte Rhea part 30,000. Plus Alexis hurt.
I was really hoping that they wouldn't give it to Jade or Charlotte. They would cancel each other out and they would just continue. But
like, are they really going to double champ Tiffy? That'd be terrible. And
that's why I was like the last person in here. Probably.
Honestly, if it were me, I'm not kidding. I would give it to Julia.
I'd give it to Lash.
I'd give it to Julia, Chelsea, or Lash. Fucking take a chance.
Yeah, take a chance.
The division's been so fucking stale. Fucking pop the cork, finger snapping, round and round we go. Life is short, life is sweet.
Wow.
Grab yourself a front row seat and let's live for the wonder of it all.
You just did an entire 30-second jingle in 10 seconds. That was impressive.
Yeah.
99, Joseph. You old fuck.
He's going to miss our predictions of the last two matches, including the singles match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship between Penta and Chad Gable. Give me Chad Gable.
I'm on a Gable.
Ray, look at me. Look in my eyes. Even if you're listening on a podcast, pretend you look in my eyes. That song fucking sucks.
Did you see the fucking clap? Tell me you saw the fucking clap.
It's so corny. It makes me almost want to root against him.
Right?
Yeah.
And you want him to win. But the Gable clap is terrible.
This is why Jason Jordan was Kurt Angle's son.
Right. 100%. Fucking 100%. You are 100% right. I cannot for the life of me understand how they are fumbling Gable this bad. It is like nobody cares.
The moment will be cool because it's in Minnesota and it'll be a big pop, but like they need to just make it a wrestling title, hopefully, because but we'll see. That leads us Nestlemania to the main event of the weekend.
Whew.
Singles match for the World Heavyweight Championship. The OTC Roman Reigns defends against the fucking jobber Seth Rollins. Who you got?
There's no more time we can do anything. We're just gonna pick Roman Reigns. So
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it, so I will also pick Roman Reigns.
By the way, you are right about Grayson Waller. He is blowing up our feeds right now.
He is. I love this line.
He
said maybe 10% of you are ready, but they're all women. Real recognize real, baby.
They have a him outside yelling and screaming on a fucking cell phone camera. He said, "Nobody can touch me on the microphone. Fuck all of you."
It's fucking true. He's honestly like the men's NXT division has so much young talent that is a lot of potential, but this is the type of guy they need in there to fucking rough him up because he will make them all better. He will expose them all, but he will make them all better because he is really fucking good.
Well, here's hoping it works for everybody.
I hope so too, Nestlemania. You excited for SummerSlam?
I am. I feel like night 1 is better than night 2, but that's okay.
For sure. It has the 2 matches I care about the most, or the 3. What was the other match I said? Oh, yeah. I'm actually excited for the men's 6-man tag because I think Solo and Royce, it could be a big coming out party for both of them.
Okay. All right. Do we have to talk about All Elite?
Do you want to?
I mean, not really, but
we should probably hit some tent poles here.
Okay, so big redemption happened here. A lot of fucking title changes. Willow is picking up the big championship here to go against Mercedes at All In. Kenny Omega turns on Ospreay happened, kind of, sort of, because the Death Riders are the death to everything good in AEW, in my opinion, but that's just
why
me.
I just don't understand. Like, I came on this program and said, I'm not excited for Wembley, but I'm excited to watch Will Ospreay beat MJF, and I'm excited for Mercedes to beat Tekla.
And boy, are you wrong.
They changed both the champions before to a fucking old man who has fucking broken everything. And I like Willow, but it just felt like it was out of nowhere. And I know they're going for the full circuit thing probably, but like, yeah, I don't know.
Also,
justice for the Tekla.
I know, right? Because she was fucking doing great work too. You know what it was? I think it was because when she was drunk at Beach Break on the fucking commentary, she went a little too much, and they were probably like, "We need to get this belt off of this bitch right now."
Well, their fucking boss is a cokehead, so
yeah,
get over it. Let the girl get slammered.
By the way, I couldn't wait to discuss this with you. Did you see who won the fucking ladder match?
I didn't see any other results besides those two.
Everyone's favorite Speedball Mike Bailey.
Oh yeah, the guy shit on. So
it was when I saw that. I was like, he's gonna.
So who does he wrestle?
He's gonna fucking take his contract against fucking Kevin Knight in the TNT Championship. So here we are. I just can't. I
like Kevin Knight. AEW is just hard to watch, man.
It is. I mean, I understand we're getting Cope and Cage against the Young Bucks. That'll be a good psychology driven match, I think. Like Andrade won the fucking national title. If that title meant anything, that'd be cool.
What title that used to be, or is that just like a new?
No, that's the new one where we're supposed to travel around and do bullshit or whatever. That other guy, that Mark guy, the guy. His name's Mark something. He's in the
the Kyle Fletcher teammate.
Yeah, that guy,
that fucking jobber,
guy.
Absolute fucking jobber.
Yeah,
you can go hang out with O'Doyle Rules, and they can be a tag team because they look the same.
Maya World
look like a bunch of coffee brothers.
Maya World beat fucking Sheeta, even though she just fucking got the thing. Like, it's just
really?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm sorry. So Mike Bailey's going after the international championship, not
who has that?
That is Kyle Fletcher. So that'll be a fun match, I guess.
Yeah, but
probably.
Fletcher's good.
I don't know. I'm at a point here where I'm just like
I can't watch. I just can't right now. It just the MJF losing was an excuse for me to bail because I just can't do it right now. I mean, we're already overloaded with wrestling, and it's my summer of JC, like it is every summer. I don't feel like AW is worth my time. Even the fucking 15 minutes I usually fast forward through, it's not even worth that anymore. If anything happens, I'll just watch the clips.
Yeah.
I can't. They've made me care so little.
That's what Twitter's for. So
yep.
It is what it is. All right, I think that's pretty much it. We hope you enjoy SummerSlam or anything else that you're watching this weekend, and we'll be back next week with some more Jobber Knockery.